I would have never thought that this would have sold out before March was over. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin and we are in the eBay cave today. I've been doing a bunch of work out there today. Been starting to put license plates on the tubs, on the bins out there. And so we had to buy a few bins. I have so many around here over the years. A lot of times at garage sales, I'll buy things in lots and I'll always ask them to throw the bin in with the deal. And I end up coming out of there with a bin that I can use. So I have a bunch of bins, but I did buy, I think, 10. And then I scrounged up a few in here, and then I'm going to bring a few more out there later. And I have been attaching license plates to them. All those nice, friendly folks out there who have sent me some, you'll see yours out there eventually. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll take a field trip. I do have an item that's still out there that I need to bring in here and ship. So maybe halfway through this, we'll take a field trip out there and check out the Commonwealth cabin and grab that item and maybe take a sneak peek at some of those bins. I know a few people have sent me some more. Matter of fact, I picked something up today from the post office, and maybe we'll put that on this video, or maybe we'll put it on tomorrow's. I'm not sure. But it has been kind of fun to do that, and I think we'll have in all probably close to 30 bins in there. So my hope is to have 30 different states represented, and then as we get more than that, maybe I'll put the other ones in a special place, and maybe we can get to 50 someday. I'm not quite sure. But I was talking to my uncle the other day, and he told me that people down where he's at, they're putting up Christmas lights and putting up Christmas trees because they're stuck in their house, and they wanted to lighten the mood a little bit, and I thought, that's interesting. And then I would say within an hour or two, I sold 2 Christmas items, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So maybe this is a thing. I'm not quite sure, but I sold 2 Christmas items today, and I'll let you take a look at those. And some other items that I think are interesting, a couple that you've seen before and a few that you haven't. And of course, a few Eneman sales as well. So let's take a look at what's sold. All right, here is a used Insanity workout, and this thing sold. This is the type of item that'll sell pretty quick. And of course, you know, the Vero and the P90X, and this is Beachbody as well. And it sold $29.95, free shipping. And this thing sold really, really quick. I put a nice little price on it so it would sell fast. So this one's headed out the door, and no doubt these things are flying off the shelves. This type of item, home workout stuff for the people who are used to going to the gym, they've got to kind of import some things. This is in pretty good shape. It's used, but it's got everything in it, and it's ready to go, and it's fairly light, so it should be pretty good. I picked that one up, by the way, at a sale for $2. $2. All right, we got one going out to Pam and one going out to Patricia, and she thanks us for the videos, and she loves watching the kids do the videos with us and help with the reselling, and so do we. And she's asked for a Misfit Eneman and an autograph on it, so I'll be happy to autograph a Misfit for you and send it your way. All right, no baseball season, but still some baseball bobbleheads going out. This one went out for $12.95, and I've mentioned this one before. I've mentioned this garage sale before. And by the way, I might be able to get this thing first class. I think it's 10 ounces. It's going to be a tough one. But since it's in this plastic and it's kind of not going to move at all, I might risk it and put it in 2 5x5s and see if I can just barely get it under 16 ounces. But if I can't do that and feel good about it, we'll definitely send it priority mail. I like to experiment with that kind of thing. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't already pre-packaged in the foam or in one of these plastic deals. See, the head moves a little bit in there, so I'm a little hesitant, but I don't know, we might give it a shot. This came from a garage sale. I don't remember exactly what it was entitled, but it was at a former student's house. Has a couple of Care Bears in the thumbnail. I've mentioned it before, and I'll link it up here if you're interested and haven't seen that one. And I think I paid $2 for that one. I'll have to go back and look at that video myself. This one is going out to Brian, and Brian is a new reseller. I think he says he's a new reseller over there. And he's got a store, BJ Flips, and that's got an apostrophe on it, BJ Flips. I don't know. And he says that his sales have slowed down with everything that's going on, and he definitely needs an extra kick, so he picked up the Eneman, hopefully to help. He says he appreciates the videos and the knowledge, and he thanks us for the content. So, Brian, we appreciate it, and we hope he does bring you good luck. And don't forget, leave me a picture on Instagram, #Eneman. All right, we sold another Pecos League baseball, and I'm not going to bore you with that story again, but oftentimes what happens is you'll have an item that hasn't sold forever, and then it sells and it sells. And as your quantity goes down, eBay will send out an alert. Hey, there's only X many of these things left. You better get them before they go. And so that's the strategy. A lot of people will put, even though they have a quantity of like 800, like I have, 629 Eneman left, it's oftentimes a better strategy to put the quantity lower and you'll get those alerts sent out. But I'm not exactly sure how that works, so I don't want to speak on it like I'm an authority. But it seems to be my experience that those items that just sell, that I have multiple quantities, sometimes sell a second or a third one really, really quickly. So you let me know out there if you know the truth of that. You let me know if that's the experience you've had. If I'm totally off on that, definitely let me know. So at any rate, we're happy to let one of those Pecos balls go. I think we're down to 6 or 7 left is all. All right, so here's those Christmas sales. Here's one of the two. So you've got some tinsel here. Now I bought these for $0.10 a piece. $0.10 a piece at Walmart, and I don't remember how many I bought, but these are the last 5 I have. So I paid 50 cents in all for these 5. Now, I think I bought like 30 or something. I'm not quite sure, but this is my last lot. I would have never thought that this would have sold out before March was over. And like I said, I was talking to my uncle just yesterday, and he was talking about all the Christmas stuff going back up in the Christmas lights. And then I look on eBay and this thing sold. So I don't know what it's being used for. I've had some viewers out there tell me that they're also used for people who make fishing lures. And so maybe people have time on their hands and they're going to do that kind of thing as well. So that might be where this is going. But total of 50 cents into this. It sold for 12 bucks. And this is going to be shipped out. I don't know. I could probably ship it out under 4 ounces. But these things can be pretty flimsy, and I'd hate for something to happen, so I'm probably going to put a piece of cardboard here in a bag, and ship it out for 8 ounces is my guess. And I'm still going to make some money. 12 bucks. Let's do this one real quick. So let's say it's 2 bucks in fees. It's 50 cents for the cost of goods. Let's say it's 3 bucks to ship it out. That's $5.50. Am I doing my math right there? That's $5.50. That gives you a profit of $6.50 on these guys. $6.50, and I think I had 6 lots of these. So was it worth it? Yeah, for me it is. One listing, just ship. I think it's definitely worth it. All right, we have a Easter tree going out. I don't know what the heck it's for. Maybe people are putting up Christmas trees to bring the spirits up in their house. Either way, this guy's going out, and this is the last one. So if y'all remember that video of me buying these retail arbitrage in early January, really early January, at Walmart, we paid $9.50 a piece for these guys, and we have sold out of the white ones. We still have green ones, and they're selling for $39.50. So, the profit here is in the 20s. This one is going to be shipped out. I'm not quite sure. It looks like a pricey little ship. Either way, I'm happy for the sale, and I just love selling these things. You buy 30 of these things, and you average $23, $24 profit a piece. You're making pretty good money. Usually, I don't see my return until November each year, and then I take that money, and it's a little extra money we can buy some Christmas gifts with. So, at any rate, I'm happy it's going out. I don't care what they're using it for. But I did have one viewer tell me that they worked for UPS, I think, maybe FedEx, I can't remember. And they would prefer these not be wrapped in that plastic, in that heavy-duty black construction bag, because they know what's in it, and if they know what's in it, they're going to set it up on its side so it doesn't get crushed. But if it's wrapped in that black, they don't know what's in it, and it's usually going to be laid out and could be crushed from on top. So that was a really good, helpful hint from a viewer. And so I'm going to ship these without that construction bag from now on, unless somebody tells me that it's a gift and they want it covered. So we'll see. I had the viewer buy one of these, and they said it showed up in perfect shape, and all I did was put a little extra tape on it. All right, I'm going to show you a couple more sales here real quick, a viewer sale and a couple more sales, and then we're going to go on a field trip and show you what sold that is up above out there in the Commonwealth cabin. This one's going out to Trent, and Trent is from Washington State. He's a reseller from Washington State, so that's kind of ground zero out there, so we hope you stay safe. And he says he loves the videos, and thanks for sharing the content, and he tells us to stay safe as well. So thank you, Trent. We hope it brings you great luck. There, I never turned around and show you the Eneman on the back, so there you go. All right, here is a little golf club head cover, and it's in pretty good shape. So, first of all, this came from the Lost and Found sale that I talk about often. That's on the Commonwealth Flipper channel, where I go out to a golf course and buy all their Lost and Found stuff in January. And I resell it and make pretty good money on it. It's not easy work, but it makes some good money. So this one sold for $8.61. Plus shipping on top of that. So this is going to be a pretty good profit. So you calculate all those things out, and it's close to an $8 profit, because I'm into this for all profit at this point. I'm well into the profit. So we're going to total that up and take a look on that little sheet that I keep for that particular sale to give you an idea of if it's something you want to do or not. I have heard some viewers say that that's exactly what they've done. They've gone to golf courses and they've done that, and they've thanked me for giving them that idea. So keep me updated. If you have done that, if you have gone to a golf course and said, hey, I'll buy your lost and found stuff, tell me your success rate. Tell me if a golf course says, hey, okay, we're going to do it, or if they say no thanks, or maybe they have somebody else who's already doing it. I'd like to know if anybody out there is kind of taking that advice and actually ran with it a little bit and see how it's working for you. So this one I made a mistake on. I said in the listing, it says at the end of it, it says mint. Well, this thing's in pretty good shape, but it's not mint. And I wouldn't have listed it as mint if I had known. So what I had done is I'd stole somebody else's title, which most of us do. If you don't, you should. It saves a lot of time. You find the ones that sell for good prices and steal their titles, because their titles are pretty good. I usually go in and tweak the titles after that because, I don't know, I think I know better, I guess. But this one, sometimes I'll forget to erase certain things, and this one said mint, and I did not erase it, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a message to this buyer, and I'm probably going to leave a note in the actual package itself. And I'm going to tell them, hey, I listed this thing as mint. I know there's pictures of it, so if you're unsatisfied with this, hey, I'll do a free return, or, you know, I'll give you a couple bucks off if that's the case, if they're unsatisfied. Usually, and I've done that before, almost never. They just appreciate the honesty and the consideration that you actually give them to do that. And I don't think, maybe one time I've had somebody respond and say, yeah, I'd like a little bit off. Like I said, it's in pretty good shape, but it's not mint. You can see a little fading in it, and I think there's a little marking right here, so it's not mint, but it's in pretty good shape. So this is a hybrid 4-iron cover, and that's why I think in the end it went for $13.52 if you total everything together. That's an awful lot of money for this thing, but this was the only one listed out there. It's the only one. So if this guy wanted to find one of these, they had to buy mine. All right, we have 3 items going out to Mike. And Mike, I think you were watching our premiere on Sunday night at 6 o'clock. I think. I could be wrong, but you were in there, and I think Dallas just bought something too, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But he bought 3 things from us, and a lot of viewers buy these: the Grateful Dead Twisted Radio Waves, and of course a Fleet Eneman. And he bought a steel hat, and he says, been watching for a while, love your content and your info, have learned a lot, and I figured I better get me some of these CDs and Eneman before they run out and disappear. Keep up the great work. And Mike, we really do appreciate it, and we will get them all out to you, and it's very kind of you to make all those purchases from us, and we really do appreciate it. So if y'all hang with us just a second, we're going to take a little field trip. I just heard Sophie down here. Maybe she'll take the field trip with us, and we'll see what's sold out of the Commonwealth cabin and bring it back in here and ship, because we're not quite ready and set up in there to do the shipping, but we're getting awful close. And we'll give you a little sneak peek in there as we're there. So join us. Let's go. Have I showed y'all? Oh my goodness, Sophie. What are you doing, girl? I was trying to let them see your haircut. You got a pretty haircut. She just wants her belly scratched, I guess. Okay, well, we got to show them what's sold. All right, girl? Okay, so this is the item we're talking about right here. And I sold a Coleman lantern not too long ago. I've sold a few, actually. And this is a Coleman lantern case. And I have another Coleman lantern case in there as well. I have, I think, a blue one. I've got a couple of Coleman lanterns that I'm piecing out because they're broken. Got a few different issues. But that thing sold for $22 plus shipping. So keep an eye out. I think those yellow ones are the best. There's one more, and I wish I had looked. That's even better than that. But I saw a post from John, Cincinnati Picker, you know, is there anybody who finds anything? What do you do with all your Ikea bags? Just let them lay around all over the place? So I had Travis enclose this thing for me. I think I'm going to throw my Ikea bags in there. I've got like 10 of them. Either that or use this stuff when people send me things, or when I buy things, you know, there's extra bubble wrap and cardboard and stuff that you don't want to throw away. You want to reuse it. And I might use that for that as well. So if you haven't seen, here's just a mini little tour. And I'm going to do a video. I've been keeping video of everything from beginning to almost end here. We're not quite there, but we're close. Here's our little bubble wrap system. If you haven't seen it, it's going to come through here. I'm going to put this thing back, and we're going to put it over here. But all that space back there is going to be for the antique booths. And it's going to be by season. So you don't want to have Christmas stuff in there all season, Easter stuff, and winter. So I'm going to divide it into fall, winter, spring, and summer. I'm gonna have totes so that when we take it out of the booths, we'll put them in those totes. And we'll also put bulk buys and things like that. My wife bought a bunch of Halloween things, tons of them for $1 a piece at Lowe's, and we'll probably put those back there. And a lot of things that we typically would put in different places, maybe the Christmas trees. That is a huge space up there. Had a couple people ask about this as well. This is just a little place we're gonna put our wrap, and you just tear it off and use it for your packaging. That's what that thing is for. And everything is pretty much in proximity to this over here. So I'm pretty happy with the setup. I need to fill this whole thing up with merchandise as I pull through my death pile a little bit. But we're losing things too, which is good. At any rate, thank y'all for joining us, and we hope you come back and join us tomorrow.